Hello guys, it's me Sanjay here. Welcome to Warriors and Pantech Solutions, and I'm warmly welcome you all for the series Machine Learning Masterclass Day 3. So in this today's session, from this today's session, we are going to work on complete hands-on, as well as not only about a hands-on, it is all about the project and an algorithm. So I hope you guys are super excited for the sessions. So on this today's session, we are going to work on a project which is ad sale prediction, and the algorithm which we are going to learn is logistic regression. So this is what application based learning is. So simply, if I'm going to teach you what is meant by logistic regression, so if I've stopped on that level, definitely you'll be very boring and definitely you won't show that much interest to learn this logistic regression algorithm. So that's why while talking about this application based learning, first of all, I'm gonna deliver you the concept. So how we are going to handle this ad sale prediction project, and then we are gonna learn parallelly like programming syntaxes, how to use those syntax, how to process the data and those stuff, and what are the in between methodologies and those stuff we are going to learn. And finally, we are going to deploy as a project. So this is what is all about. So and after this, so from tomorrow, from today, so the session is going to be a two parts. One is the concept part, and another one is the application part. On that concept part, you are going to be learning about the steps, how you are going to handle the project, and you are also going to learn how to the programming syntaxes, as well as you are going to learn about the algorithm. Whereas in the second part, you are going to build a project. Okay. So I hope you guys are super excited, guys. If you are super excited, just post I'm super excited, Sanjay, in your live chat. So before going on to the session, I would like to welcome the people present here. Vidyananda Nasin, hi, good evening. And Kumar Satyam, hi, good evening. And Sakshi, hi. Usman, hi. Vinay Kumar, hi. Pradeep, hi. And Ron RX, hi. And Dr. Chinna, hi, sir. And Ibrahim, hi. Shaikh Irfan, hi. Syed Muzaffar, hi. Sainab Aslam, hi. Lakshmi Prajapati, hi. And Server, hi sir, good to meet you again. And Tularam Mama, hi. Takur, hi. Mele, hi. Tularam Mama, hi, good to meet you again, brother. You are attending a lot of events from us. Thank you so much for attending every event. And Pancha, hi. Jayashri, hi. Atira Nair, hi, good to meet you again. And Sakshi, Pavitra, Adil Rahman Khan, and Nikunj, Control Learner. Thank you so much for coming back to this event also. And Krishna, and Ramesh, Kandaswamy, Ramesh Kumar, and Samadhan, Adil, and Phoebe, and Olatunde, and Prabali. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Okay, so Prabali has some questions. You just please write your questions on the Q&A, guys. Okay, so Jitendra Kumar. So hello all, thank you so much for welcoming, giving a great warm welcome. So thank you so much. Hello everyone. Okay, so let us go to the session, guys. So before going on to the session, as same as like there is an announcement. So attendance link will be available around 8:30 p.m. in the live chat or in the description box. The once the session is completed, start filling up the attendance form. And how many of you people are here who guys are really excited to see the winner announcement? Okay, if you are super excited, because I'm not going to postpone anymore the winner announcement of this 32 GB pen drive. So today and now I'm just going to announce that. Okay, so how many of you guys are excited, are really excited? If you are super excited, you just post I'm super excited, Sanjay, in your live chat. And before going further, this is the Excel sheet where we have the people who guys have filled the questions. Totally, we got 1,850 people guys have participated in this pen drive contest. Okay, so because of this privacy issues, I have hidden the people's mail ID. Okay, so these are all the people who guys have participated on the pen drive event. Okay, so let us go to the program, guys. And yesterday itself we have explained the code, and additionally we have added one part. So yesterday up to that code which contains only the data acquisition and data transformation. So that is what we have. Other than that, now we are going to add some random functions to find out the random variables. Okay, so let us go to the session, guys. I hope you guys are super excited to announce the pen drive first of all. So before going further to the session, okay, so let us open the program in a PyCharm. Okay, so that I can hide some kind of messages. Okay, so mails and those stuffs. Okay, so and as a honest, as we are already learning mindset, and don't misuse any mail IDs, guys. Okay, so I'm trusting you. So okay, so let us go with that. Okay, so first of all, here we have this gift.py. So this is the gift.py and gift.csv. So this is the CSV file where we have given what is it? Like where we have given the lot of mail IDs. Okay, so I've given like mail IDs in the rows. Okay, sorry, it is in the first column, right? So here, after the values which has been appended into the list, what we have just used is we have just used one function called random.sample of rows comma one. So what it is going to do is whenever you are going to run this program, it is going to show the output on our terminal. Okay, so before that, give me a sec. I'll check that out once again. Okay, yes. Okay, so it just printed, I think now. Okay, give me a sec. Okay, so it is ready to execute now. Okay, so give me a sec. I'll terminate or I'll clear the output now. Okay, so it is ready, guys. How many of you guys are really excited? Okay, so if you are excited, you just post, I'm super excited. Okay, so I'm repeating you again. So I have the Excel sheet where there are a lot of people's email ID. So out of this email ID, what our Python program is going to do is our Python program is going to choose one person. So that person is going to be announced as the winner of the pen drive contest. Okay, so I hope you all ready. Okay, so let us run this. Okay, so yeah, so let us run this. Right click and run gift. Okay, so I hope you guys are super ready, and you can post fire emojis in the live chat to announce the winner. Okay, so let us run it. So run gift. So okay, so whenever I'm just going to click this run gift, it is going to give us one mail ID. So that person is the person who won the pen drive. Okay, so let us run this. Okay, so run gift. Okay, so we got that, guy. So winner is Rachi Langel Paradise at gmail.com. So this is the person who won the pen drive. Okay, it is really great thing, right? So guys, you just the people who are all present here, you just post applause emojis or the celebration emojis in the live chat. So just to have like interaction and fun which is happening in our live chat. Okay, so this is the person who won this pen drive contest. This is the person is here. So if the person is here, you just post I am here Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, because I don't know what is the name of this person. Okay, so if you are here, you just post I'm here Sanjay in your live chat. So today the pen drive will be booked for you. Okay, so our team will be contacting you through email. So what you just do is you just send your address, postal address to that mail ID so that we are going to send you the pen drive. Okay. So as same as like today, there are a lot of contests which is going to be happen, guys, and don't miss out that great opportunity. Attend each and every day of the session so that you are going to get a chance to win some other gifts like this. Okay. So let us go for that. So first of all, as I've already told you, this session which is going to be segmented into two parts. One is concept and another one is the project. So first of all, let us go with the concept. So what is the project we are going to work on? We are going to work on a project which is advertisement sale prediction from an existing customer or those stuff. Okay. So before that, okay. So this is the project which we are going to work on. I hope you guys all remember the steps which we need to work on to build application under the field of machine learning and the deep learning. Okay, so let us go further. So the first step. So what the first step we need to do is, as we are a programmer, we are going to solve a certain problem. So finding the problem in an application. So predicting whether this new customer will buy this product or not. So this is what we are going to predict it. And number two is collecting a data set. So while talking about that, based on the age and then salary of the existing customer, we are going to predict whether the person is going to buy the product or not. For an example, okay, so give me a sec. So for an example, let us open this data set. Okay, so here we have this data set, guys. So in this data set, here we have three columns. Number one is age, and number two is salary, and number three is a status. So what does mean by this data set? It's simple, guys. For an example, if you are working as like a business analyst or data analyst in some automobile company, where you have some of the products. So product in sense, for an example, if there is a new car, okay, so if there is a new car and you have some existing databases, so existing database in the sense your customer's age with its salary, okay, so with his salary, whether he is going to buy he just bought the product or not previously, okay. So the person is having in the age of 18, the person got 82,000 salary and the person didn't bought the product before. Okay, and the person is in the age of 45, and the person has got nearly like 26,000 salary. He bought that product. Okay, not only about a car, it may be any product. So this is what the database we have. So 0, which is going to represent the person didn't bought the product, and 1, which is going to represent the person bought the product. Okay, so this is what the data we have. I hope you are clear with this, Kunal. Okay, so I'll go slow. I'm repeating you again, guys. First of all, we are going to find out the problem. So what is the problem is, for an example, you are working in some shop or some company, you are going to collect the databases, right? So you have the existing database. By using the existing database, you are going to predict whether the new customer is going to buy the product or not. For an example, in an automobile company, there are a lot of people used to come to get the quotations, right? So whenever they are getting a quotation, they used to give their information. So with the help of that information, you are going to predict whether that person is going to buy the product or not. Okay, I hope you are clear with this, the problem statement. If you are clear with the first step, you just post clear one Sanjay in your live chat. So what is the problem? We need to predict whether this person is going to buy this product or not. To predict whether he is going to buy the product or not, first of all, we need to have the databases of the previous customers, whether they guys have bought or didn't bought the product. Okay, that is what we have. So first of all, that is the problem which we are going to solve with the help of machine learning algorithm. That is the first step. If you are clear with the first step, you just post clear one Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so I'll zoom it now. Okay, I think it will be good now. Okay, so what is the second part is collecting a data set. So while talking about the data set, here I have 3 columns. Number first column is age, and second column is salary, and third column is status. By based on the age and then salary, we are going to predict whether the person is going to buy the product or not. So for that, we have already existing data, whether the person in the age of 18 and the person is getting already 82,000 salary, he didn't bought the product. Whereas if the person is having the salary, having in the age of 48, and who is getting in the who got the salary of 41,000, who bought the product. So likewise, we have data. Okay, so on this data, these 2 columns, which is going to be our input. Okay, so the input, there are a lot of names. So this 2, age and then salary, which is going to be called as my input, which is also going to be called as my x, which is going to be called as my independent variables, which is also going to be called as the features. Okay, so this is all our age and then salary column. Whereas the last status column, which is nothing but our output, and it is also been called as our classes. This is and it is also called as our dependent variables. Okay, or you guys are clear with the second step? If you are clear with the second step, you just post clear to Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, Sankit, everyone please ask for the data set. Definitely it is really impossible to provide a data, guys. You just try to feel the value, because each and every day it is like 30 days of series where we are giving algorithm explanation, coding explanation. I'm not hiding anything. So even though you are expecting something from us for free, okay, it is really because you just imagine our people are there, where a lot of team is working for that, like sending you the WhatsApp, sending you the mail, and I'm spending some time to prepare it, and I'm just delivering you the knowledge on YouTube for free. And each and every day I'm spending 1 hour, right? So you just try to understand how much effort our team we are putting into it. So don't expect everything for free, even though we are not charging you like 40,000 or 50,000 rupees for the course. So even though you can look for any other thing. So even though if you are looking for Udemy, even though it is 490 rupees, you can compare the agenda with our agenda, how it is giving a lot of value to you. Okay, so I hope you will prepare that mindset. If you understood this, you just post I'm with you Sanjay in your live chat. If you are going to support me, you just post I'm with you Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so Alfia, I can't see your screen. I think the problem is with your thing. Okay, please check it out. Okay, so that is all about the things, guys. Okay, so first of all, we have finding out the problem, predicting whether this new customer going to buy the product or not. And while talking about the data set, here we have 3 columns: age, salary, and then status. So age and then salary, which is nothing but our features or our x or independent variables. So with the help of that, we are going to predict whether the person is going to buy the product. So these are all the existing data which we have. The person is in the age of 45, who is getting the salary of 26,000. He bought the product. So likewise, we have 3 columns of data. On the 3 columns of data, first A and then B, which is going to be my input, and C, which is going to be our output. So this is what is all about the second part. Okay, if you are clear with the second part, you just post clear to Sanjay in your live chat. Thank you so much, guys. A lot of people have posted that. I'm with you, Sanjay. I'm with you, Sanjay. I'm with you, Sanjay. I'm really felt really happy. Thank you so much for posting that. I'm with you. I'm with you. Thank you so much, guys. I really love the support. Thank you so much. Okay, so that is all about this collecting data set. Okay, so I hope you are clear with this too. The people who posted, I'm not clear. I think you are clear now. So if you are clear now, you just post clear now, Sanjay, in your live chat. Okay, that is all about the second part. And then the third part. So what is all about the third part? So the third part is loading and then summarizing the data set. Okay, still there are a lot of negative messages which is going on, guys. So no, it is not the thing. So because even though if you are seeing the people who are present in the live, don't think that these people are not paid. Okay, so a lot of people are here are paid participants who are all attending the live event where they are having a data set and source code, everything in their hand just for explanation. They are coming for the live. Okay, so please understand that first of all. Okay, so let us go with the session. So third part. So what is the third part? Is we in the program we are going to load the data set and we are going to summarize our data set. So loading the data set is nothing but here I have this Excel sheet, right? So from the Python program, so in the Python, so into that data set need to be loaded into the Python program, and we need to get the information about the Python program. So to do that, what we are going to do is we are going to use the first library, which is a pandas library. So dataset is equal to pandas.read CSV of dataset.csv. So for an example, in this dataset, which is in the name of digital ad dataset, but here you can keep it like any name. So your name, so digital ad dataset. Okay, so digital ad dataset. So that is what we have. So you can pass that. So pandas with the help of the pandas library. So pandas.read CSV of dataset.csv. So with the help of that, we are going to load the complete dataset into a single variable called dataset. Okay, that is what the first part is all about. Pandas load CSV format dataset. Okay, and then second part, which is about to get the number of rows and columns which is present in your dataset. For an example, if someone is asking in your dataset how many rows and columns which is present in your dataset, if someone is asking like that, you should not make a manual count. So instead, you can use the command called dataset.shape because the dataset which has been already loaded here. So dataset.shape, which is going to give how many number of rows and columns which is present in your dataset. And dataset.head of 5, which is nothing but it is going to print you the top 5 values of my dataset to know whether we have loaded the proper dataset or not. Okay, summarization is optional, guys, but other than that, it is good to have a practice about printing out how many data which we are using and what is the top 5 values of the data, how the data is looking like. Okay, so this is what it is all about. Okay, so I hope you are clear with the third part. If you are clear with the third part, you just post clear 3 Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so are you guys are clear with this third part? If you are clear with 3, you just post clear 3 Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Still now there are a lot of people are posting with you Sanjay, with you Sanjay. Thank you so much for doing this. Okay, so that is all about the third part. Okay, so first of all, we have found out the problem, and second part, we have collected a data set, and in the second and the third part, we have loaded the data set by using a pandas library. And once it has been loaded, we have got an information about the data set by using dataset.shape command to print out the number of rows and columns which is present in our data set, and dataset.head of 5, which is just printed the top 5 values of my data set. Okay, so that is all about the third part, guys. If you are clear with the third part, you just post clear 3 Sanjay in your live chat. Thank you so much, guys. A lot of people have posted that. You guys are. Thank you so much for posting that clear 3. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Okay, so let us go further to the fourth step. So what is the fourth step? Is once the data set which has been loaded, once we have understood what is how many number of rows and what, once we have known the properties of the data set, we are going to segregate our data set into input and an output. So what is meant by input and output? It's simple because I think I have already told you. So in this data set, we have 3 columns: age, salary, and then status. So in this data, so age and then salary, which is going to be input, because based on the age and then salary, we are going to predict whether the person is going to buy the product. So that is what the age and then salary. So age and then salary is an independent variable. It is not dependent on anything. But if you're talking about the status column, it is dependent on age and then salary. So that is why age and then salary, which is going to be my input, whereas status, which is going to be our output. Okay, so that is what we have. Now, what we are just going to do is we are going to segregate our data set into X and then Y. So while talking about that, by using ilog function, so it helps us to select a value that belongs to a particular row or column. So by using ilog function, the X is equal to data set. I think you guys already know what is the data set means. So data set which we have already loaded by the using pandas library. So data set dot ilog of inside the square braces we have dropped like okay, give me a sec, I'll zoom it now. Okay, so we have dropped like colon comma colon minus 1, so which is nothing but except the last column we are going to take the rest of the column, so that is going to be my X, whereas Y is equal to dataset dot ilog of colon comma minus 1, so without keeping a colon, so it's just simply like minus 1, so which we have this last column. Okay, so here there is a difference. Colon minus 1 means except the last column. Without a colon, only minus 1 means it is going to take the last column. So that is all about the fourth part. Are you guys are clear with the fourth part? We just segregated our data set into input and then output. So this agent and salary, which is going to be my X, and this status, which is going to be my Y. Okay, so are you guys are clear with the fourth part? If you are clear with this 4, you just post clear 4 Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so slowly say Illuri. Okay, so I got it. Definitely I'll go slow. Okay, so that is all about the fourth part. So segregating data set into input and then output. Okay, so that is all about it. Okay, Priya Frankie, you are really great, sir. You're taking more risk for it. Thank you so much, Priya Frankie. It is really giving me some positivity out of some negative messages which happened before. Thank you so much, Priya. Okay, so that is all up to that we have did. Okay, so I hope you are clear with fourth step. Okay, so clear 4. If you are clear with the 4, you just post clear 4 Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so what is all about the fifth step? So we're talking about the fifth step, splitting our data set into train and then test. Why we are doing this? Because here I'm having only the data sets data set a file where it contains like more number of data sets. Okay, so like which is having nearly like 401 rows of data and 3 columns of data. But still now, if you want to test it out, so testing in the sense, for an example, like what to say, even though if you want to validate your data set, so validation in the sense whether what is the performance of your model, or you can also use that separated data set for testing as well. So for that purpose, what we are just going to do is, out of this complete data, we are going to split our data set into train and then test. So train, so there is a mandatory rules where the training data set should have the maximum amount of data, where testing data should have minimum amount of data. Okay, so that is all about here. Okay, so first of all, so what we did before, we have segregated data set, we have segregated data set into input and then output, but now we are segregating our data set into train and then test. So 80% of the data for training and remaining 20% of the data for testing. So train test split of X. So what is X? X is nothing but my input, so which we have already segregated. So X comma Y, which is nothing but our output. So input comma output comma test size is equal to 0.25, which is nothing but 25% of the data. And random state is equal to 0, where it is going to be assigned some 0. For an example, if I'm going to randomly assign, if I'm going to assign a random state is equal to 5. Okay, so how it is going to randomly split up the data. So for an example, if I'm going to give random state is equal to 5 here, and even though you are also using that, so you are also going to put random state is equal to 5, how the data which has been splitted for me, same kind of splitting it is going to be happened for you. Okay, it is not going to randomly take out the data. So that is what is all about random state. Okay, so that is what the train test is split function. Okay, are you guys are clear with the fifth part? If you are clear with 4, you just post clear 4 Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so that is all up to here. Okay, are you guys are clear with the clear with 5? Okay, if you are clear with 5, you just post clear 5 Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so these are all about the 5 steps. Okay, so okay, so I'll repeat after a certain amount of time. Okay, so first of all, so what we did, so we have already segregated our data set into input and then output. Now what we are doing is we are splitting our data set into train and the test, because we have a complete bulk of data. That data which is going to be segregated into 80 or 75, it's up to us. So 75% of the data for training and 25% of the data for testing. So that likewise, we are going to split it out. What is the purpose for it? The purpose is to validate our model. So what is meant by validation? To see the performance of your model. So like accuracy of your model, loss of your model, precision of your model, sensitivity of your model. So likewise, you are going to see the performance of your model. So that is all about the that is the purpose of splitting our data set into train and test. Okay, I hope you are clear with this fifth step, guys. Clear. If you are clear with the five, you just post clear five such in your lecture. And sixth step, feature scaling. So why we are using feature scaling? It's very simple, guys. Okay, so I'll tell you before. Here I have some data, weight and then price. Weight are in the scale of 15, 18, 12, 10. So which is in the range of 10 to 20. Whereas the price which is in the range of 1 to 5. Is the scale is different? Definitely yes, the scale is completely different. So by using a feature scaling, you can change that into a universal scaling. So like this. Are you guys are with me? Can you able to get what I'm trying to tell? Okay. So feature scaling is nothing but it is going to scale the complete feature into a certain unit. For an example, guys, you just see the data. In here, in the B column, okay, in the salary column, the data are in the range of 1,17,000, 38,000, and 1,41,000, 32,000, which is all in the range of thousands, right? So 10,000, okay. But whereas in the first column, where there are in the data in the scales of 27, 41, I think it will be nearly less than 100, right? So these are all the data. So you can able to find out the difference between this scales of data versus this scales of the data. So what we are just going to do is we are just going to rescale the data into like this format. Either you are going to do it by any method. There are a lot of methods. I will tell you later. But other than that, here what we are just going to do this. We are just going to rescale the data into this kind of format. Okay, so here this 15, 18, 12, 10 and 1, 3, 2, 5 is going to be converted into this format because why we are doing this, if your data is having huge kind of variation over the second column or the first column or any other multiple columns, definitely your model will give high priority for the data which is having a huge numbers. So to overcome that, we are going to do or we are going to apply a feature scaling. So since the both feature have different scales, there is a chance that higher weightage is given to the features with higher magnitude. This will impact the performance of the machine learning algorithm, and obviously we don't want our algorithm to be biased towards one feature. So that is the reason why we are applying a feature scaling. So we scale our data to make all the features contribute equally to the results. Okay, did you guys understand the concept? If you guys have understood the concept, you just post I understood Sanjay in your life. Okay, so while talking about the types, so here we have lot of ways, guys. So here one way is to apply a standardization and normalization. So here the sigma and these values. So here the values are centered around the mean with a unit standard deviation. Yes, so here mu is going to represent the mean and sigma which is going to represent the standard deviation. So this means that mean of the attribute becomes 0 and the resultant distribution has a unit standard deviation. So you can apply, you can go for any other different methods. Let us explore this very in detail while when we going for mathematics on the upcoming session. Okay, so don't get confused about these concepts. Okay, so you just only understand one thing. Whenever your data is having this kind of variation between one feature versus the another feature, we need to do the feature scaling. So feature scaling in the sense, the features, it may be like 2 columns, it may be a 3 columns, it may be a 5 columns. Each and every column, it may be in a different scale. So that going to be converted into this scale. If you are seeing here, it is moreover, it is going to be range from 2 to minus 2. Okay, you can call it in that way, guys. So both this weight column as well as the price column, which is in the universal scale. So that is what is all about the feature scaling. Okay, if you guys have understood it, you just post I understood Sanjay in your live chat. So and then, okay, so you just post clear 6 Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, that is all about the 6th step. And before going on to the algorithm, okay, so let us have this algorithm as well. So we're talking about the logistic regression, which uses one or more independent variables x to determine the dependent variables. So it is like kind of like thresholds or something like that. Okay. So it is going to use multiple or one or more independent variables. So one or more independent variables is nothing but here we have multiple. We may have multiple columns as well. So A, B, C, or D, or any columns as an input. So based on that, it is going to determine the output. Okay, so logistic is nothing but zeros or ones, right? So it is going to make a decision whether it is zero or one. So that is what it is going to do. And while talking about the eighth part, so are you guys are clear with the seventh one? So it is nothing but a logistic regression, which is going to have one or more multiple independent variables. So with the help of that, it is going to predict the dependent variable. Okay, so that is what we are going to do. So on the upcoming series, we'll go a little bit inside of mathematics, which is behind the algorithm. Because on the first project itself, I really don't want to bring you to the very complexity. So that's why I've given like this kind of part. Okay, so once the seventh part, so algorithm which has been explained. So if you are clear with the seven, you just post clear seven Sanjay in your live chat. Thank you so much. A lot of people have posted already clear seven. Okay, and then eighth part, what we are just going to do is we are just going to train our model for the pre-processed data set. So what is mean by pre-processed? It is nothing but we are not going to process the raw data. We are going to process the featured data. Okay, feature scaled data. Okay, so that's going to be passed with the help of model.fit of x train comma y train. So model is nothing but our logistic regression. So that logistic regression, to that logistic regression, we are going to pass that feature scaled data. So once it has been processed, so then we are going to validate our accuracy. So validation of, so are you guys are clear with the eighth one? So if you are clear with eight, you just post clear eight Sanjay in your live chat. So at the ninth step, we are going to validate our model. So what is mean by validation? Once the training is completed, it does not mean that you are going to get 99.9% accuracy. Definitely not. So definitely it may give a 76% accuracy. So definitely you just want to see the performance of your model on that specific algorithm. So that's why we are validating by using different validation methods. There are a lot of validation methods, guys. So today we are going to use confusion matrix. On the upcoming series, definitely I'll try to explain the confusion matrix in very detail because we have a separate session for that. So don't worry about it. It's simple. Like for an example, here for the test data, how much is right and how much is wrong. Okay, so I'll ask the general question. If you are having, for an example, okay, so this is the pen. Okay, so this is the pen and this is the mobile phone, right? So you guys have collected a lot of images of mobile phone and a lot of images of pen. Okay, you guys have trained it. Okay, you have trained your model itself. So how will you know whenever you are doing a testing? How will you know whether it is properly classifying or is it wrongly classifying? Okay, you just give your answers in the live chat. Okay, so that is all about that. That is what the validation also. Okay, so obtaining the accuracy of the model, and here we are having the confusion matrix by using one kind of validation method. We used to validate our model by using one of the evaluation method called confusion matrix. Okay, so if you are clear with the 9, you just post clear 9 Sanjay in your live chat. And after that, what we are just going to do is we are going to do the prediction. So once the model training is completed, once you have evaluated your model, once you have fine-tuned your model, that's optional. Definitely I will explore later. So once it has been done, we used to do the testing. So on the testing, we can pass the new data set by doing the same pre-processing or transformation which we had done for the training data. Once it has been passed into the function called model.predict, it is going to tell whether the person is going to buy the product or not going to buy the product. Okay, so if you are clear with this 10th part, up to this 10th part, you just post clear 10 Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, are you guys are clear with this 10th part? Okay, so if you are clear with this 10 Sanjay in your, if you are clear with the 10 part, you just post clear Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so I'm waiting for you guys because you really want to be completely clear with these concepts. Okay, because if you are not clear with this concept, definitely you will be feeling little bit difficulty on the program. Okay, so that is why it's all about. So you just give your answers or give a response in the live chat. Okay, are you guys are clear? So if you are clear, you just post clear clear 10 Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, a lot of people have posted clear 10, clear 10, clear 10. Okay, so Vijay, can you revise all the steps quickly? Yes, of course, definitely I'll do that. Okay, so let us go with this. First of all, the problem is we are going to solve one problem. What is the problem is we are going to find out whether the person is going to buy the product or not. So for that, first of all, we need to collect the data. So that is the first part, and second part is which is about collecting the data. So on the collection of data, we have this data which is having which is having three columns. On this three column, first two column which is going to be my age and then salary, and the last column which is going to be the status. So with the help of the agent and salary, we are going to predict whether the person is going to buy the product or not. So that is what the data set which we have collected. And the third step is we are going to, in the program, in the Python program, first of all, we need to load the data set by using a pandas library. So pandas.read of the data set name. So we are going to load the data set. And we are going to get the shape of the data set, like number of rows and column which is present in our data set, and data set.header5, which is going to give the top 5 values of present in our data set. And then as a fourth step, what we are just going to do is we are going to split our, or we are going to segregate our data set into input and then output, X and then Y. Okay. So by using ilog function, we are going to split our data set into input and then output. So X is going to be my input and Y is going to be my output. And then in the fifth step, we are going to split our data set into train and then test. So train and then test in the sense, we are going to segregate our data set like 80% of the data for training and 20% of the data for testing. So likewise, we are going to clear, or we are going to split our data set into train and then test. And then we are going to apply the feature scaling. So based on our algorithm or based on the data set which we have, we need to decide whether we need to apply the feature scaling or not. Because in this column, these are in the range of 82,000, 10,000, 20,000, 40,000. But these are in the range of less than 100. So that's why we are applying a feature scaling method to scale that data into this kind of order. So here we have the equation to apply standardization or normalization, which is going to include the input data with the mean and then standard deviation. And then while talking about the algorithm, so it is a logistic regression where it is going to decide the output whether it is 0 or 1, as well as it is going to have, it may have one or more independent variables. And while talking about the training, we are going to use the function called model.fit. So model is nothing but it is going to represent the logistic regression. So on the logistic, with the help of the logistic regression, it is going to train our data set like x train, y train. And validation. So while talking about the validation, it is going to use a validation method called confusion matrix to see or to show us the accuracy of the model or loss of the model. So likewise, we can see the performance of the model. Finally, on the 10th step, we are going to see the prediction. Okay. So prediction in the sense model.predict of, you are passing some new customer data. So if new customer came in and they have given your data like what is the age of him and what is the salary of him. So if you are going to enter in this predict function, it is going to tell you whether this person is going to buy the product or not. That is what is all about the prediction function. Okay, if you are super satisfied with the concept and the parallel programming we have learned on this session, you just post you just post fire emojis in the live chat. Okay, so that is all about this concept, guys. Okay, so now, and I hope you guys are super ready for the project. Okay, so if you are super ready for the project, you just post I'm super ready Sanjay in your live chat. So before that, give me a sec. I'll open the program in Collab. Okay, so give me a sec. Okay, so I have the code, guys. So in this program, what we are just going to do is we are just going to transfer the concept which we have learned, the steps which we have learned from it. So that's going to be completely transferred into a Python program. Okay. So if you are super excited, you just post super ready or super excited Sanjay in your live chat. Okay. There are a lot of people are posting super ready, super Sanjay. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. A lot of people are posting that. And Bhishma, super satisfied Sanjay. Wonderful. Okay. There are a lot of people are excited. Okay. So that is all about that. So let us go with the project, guys. I think you guys are super excited, right? So let us click that connect. It is also going to be very simple program. Definitely you will feel that the machine learning is very easy. Okay. So let us go with this. So first step, what we just want to do is we just want to import the library which is required for that, required for our project. First of all, we need to import the pandas library. So why we need to import the pandas library? Because that library which is going to be helpful for loading the data set. So here we have used one keyword called aspd. So it is simple. Instead of using the word called pandas each and every time, we are giving some short alternative name called pd. Okay, whenever you want to call a pandas library, you no need to call like pandas or something like that. Instead, you can call like pd. Okay, so import pandas as pd. So that is what the first library we have imported, and import numpy as np. So which is nothing but which is going to be helpful for performing array kind of operation, which is a numerical Python. Nothing but numpy is nothing but numerical Python. So this library which is going to be helpful for performing some kind of basic mathematical operation. So that is all about the first part. Okay. Again, if you are clear with the one, you just post clear one Sanjay in your live chat. I'm repeating you again. Number one is pandas library, which is going to be helpful for loading the data set into the variable called one into the certain variable. So that is what the purpose of pandas library. And numpy library, which is going to be helpful for performing some basic mathematical operation. Okay. If you are clear with the one, you just post clear one Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so and then the second part. So what is the second part is, as I've already told you, Google Colab is an online notebook where we need to upload the program into this online notebook. So if there are a lot of ways to upload the notebook, upload the dataset or file into this notebook, you can use this file option, you can use Google Drive. There are a lot of ways, but here we are going to show a different way to use Google.Colab import files. Okay, whenever you are running this .files.upload this function, it is going to give you the button like this to choose files button. So what you just want to do is you just want to go into the directory. Okay, so you just want to go into this directory and you just want to click choose files and you just want to paste the directory. Here you just want to choose the data set. Okay, digital add data set. So for example, if I'm going to choose digital add data set, so what I just want to give is so up to now what we did is we just uploaded the data set into the online notebook. So here it is just printed the data set, guys. Okay, so that is all about here. So age, salary, and then status. So age, we have the column which is having the data like 18, 29, 47. So the data which is being present here, which is being completely loaded into the single variable called a data set by using the library called pandas.readcsv. Okay, network issues there. Okay, so I got it. Okay, I'll repeat this line again. So in this part of this program, so layer dataset program, we have loaded the digital add dataset into the single variable called datasets, because the data which we have, it is really like 400 rows of data and 3 columns of data. This complete data which is going to be loaded into the variable called dataset by using pandas library. So pd.readcsv. Okay, so and then print of dataset, it just printed the dataset. Okay, all you guys are clear with this three parts. Okay, if you are clear with this three part, you just post super clear Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so I'm repeating again. First of all, we have loaded pandas library for loading the dataset or to pass the dataset, pass the data, and numpy library which is going to be helpful for performing some basic mathematical operations like array and those stuffs. And here we have uploaded. So here we have run this Google Colab functions to be opening or to which is going to be helpful for uploading the dataset into this online notebook. So for that we have used these two lines of command. And then here we have used pandas.readcsv function to load that CSV file into the single variable called dataset. So that is all about these three parts. If you are clear with the three parts, you just post super clear Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so a lot of people are posting that clear, super clear Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so thank you so much for doing this. And then what we are just going to do is we are just going to summarize our data set. So simply, the data set variable is nothing but the data which has been loaded into the variable called our data set. So data set dot shape. So what it is going to give. Okay, so let us have a quick interaction. So because in the mind map itself, we have learned what this data set dot shape will do. So you just give your answers in the live chat. Okay. So what this dataset dot shape will do? Okay, just give your answers in the live chat. So print of dataset dot shape, which is okay. So you guys tell the answer, and dataset dot head of 5, which is going to give the top 5 values of my datasets. Okay, so let us run this. I'm going to run it. Okay, so it just printed top 5 values of my dataset. For an example, instead of 5, I'm going to give 10. It is going to give top 10 values of my dataset. Instead of that, if you are going to print like tail of 10, so it is going to print the last 10 values of my data set. So if you are giving tail of 5, which is going to give last 5 values of my data set. Okay, are you guys are really enjoying the session? If you are really enjoying the session, you just post I'm enjoying Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so I'm just going to put head of 5 simply. So top 5 values of my data set. Okay, a lot of people have posted right answer. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for posting the answers, rows and then columns. Exactly. So dataset.shape, which is going to give number of rows and columns which is present in a dataset. So which is given the answers like 400 rows and 3 columns is present in our dataset. Are you guys are clear with the summarizing dataset? If you are clear with this fourth part, you just post clear for Sanjay in your live chat. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. A lot of people are posting that. I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying. Wonderful. Okay, so now let us go over to the fifth part. So what is the fifth part? I think you just try to compare with the mind map, guys. So what is the fifth part is splitting, or you can compare, don't compare like based on the numbers. What is the next step where we need to do? We need to segregate our data set into X and then Y. So first of all, same as like the function which we have learned on the mind map. So colon, comma, colon minus one. So same thing we are going to do it here. So X is equal to dataset dot ilog of colon comma, so out of the all data comma colon minus 1. So except the last column, you just take the rest of the column data, that is going to be my X. You just see the output, then you'll understand. You just see here what is the data, how the data is looking like. Okay, so you just see the data set which we have: 18, 82,000, 29, 80,000, 47, 25,000, 45, 26,000. So this is what the data we have: 18, 82,000, 29, 80,000, 47, 25,000, 45, 26,000. This is what the data is just going to take only the first two columns for an X. Okay, same as like first, now what we are just going to do is we are just going to take this last column. So instead of colon minus 1, we have given simply minus 1, so that it is going to take the last column. Okay, you just see here, it just taken the last column. So last column which is going to have only the zeros or 1, because it is going to represent the classes. Okay, so 0 0 1 1 1 1, this is all are out. Okay, are you guys are clear with this fifth part? If you are clear with the fifth part, you just post clear 5 Sanjay in your life. Okay, so that is all about the fifth part. So what is the fifth part? Which is about segregating our data set into input and then output. So input or output, X or Y, independent variables or dependent variables, features or classes. There are a lot of names which you can use. Okay, so that is what we have did in this part. So we are segregated into X and then Y. X is going to be my input and Y is going to be my output. Okay, and then what we are just going to do is we are going to split our data set into train and then test. Okay, so that is what we are going to do. So from sklearn, so from this sklearn is nothing but scikit-learn library, guys. Okay, so from sklearn.model selection, import train test split. Okay, so by using this library, we are going to segregate, or we are going to split our data set into train and then test. So what we are just going to do is x train comma x test comma, because this function is going to return 4 return variables. So what is the 4 return variables is like nothing but x train and then y train, x test and then y test. Okay, so x train and then y train for training your data, and x test and then y test you can use it for validation, or you can use it for the testing purpose. Okay, so train test split function of x is going to be my input, y is going to be your output. Test size is equal to 0.25, which is 25% of the data for testing and 75% of the data for training, and random state is equal to 0. Okay, if you are going to run this, it is going to save that data into 4 different variables: x train and then y train for training purpose, x test and then y test for testing purpose or validation purpose. Or you guys are clear with the sixth step? If you are clear with the sixth step, you just post clear text Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, we just split our data set into our train and then test by using a train test split function. Okay, so that is what we have did, guys. Okay, I hope you are clear with this. Okay, this is what the sixth step. And seventh step, what we are just going to do is we are just going to do the scaling. Okay, I hope you all remember the scaling. There are a lot of scaling method. Definitely we'll explore on the upcoming session. Now we are going to use the standard scaler method to scale our data. Okay, so I can also print out the data, how it will look like. Okay, print of x train. Okay, I'm just going to run this. Okay, you just see here previously how my x data is looking like. My day X data is looking like 28, 1,23,000, 35, 73,000, 19, 21,000. So, but now the data which has been completely scaled by using a standard scaler method to scale the data in this order. So you just look at here, every data which has been completely scaled into a certain predefined range. So that is what we have did in the standard scaler method to completely rescaling the data. So here we have used two functions. One is fit transform and then transform. So what is the difference is fit transform fit method is calculating the mean and then variance of each of the feature present in the data. Whereas transform method is transforming all the feature using the respective mean on the variance. So what is the difference is if you are talking about the fit transform, it is going to apply the mean and standard deviation for universal order. So universally it is going to measure the mean and then standard deviation to rescale the data. Okay, sorry, it is going to use each of the feature present in our data. Whereas here, while talking about the transform, it is going to transform all the feature using the respective mean and then variance. Okay, so here we just rescale the data. Okay, don't worry about it. On the upcoming session or upcoming session, we are going to completely learn in detail. Okay, so to give some new introduction, we want our test data to be completely new and surprise set for our model. So that's why we are doing fit transform for the training data and transform for the test data. Okay, if you are clear with the seventh part, you just post clear 7 in just Sanjay, clear 7 Sanjay in your lecture. What they simply did is we just normalized our data. So we just rescaled our data into this kind of orders. Okay, I hope you are clear with this. Now we have new extrain and the new express data which has been completely rescaled. Okay, if you are super clear with this, you just post clear 6 Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so after that step, what we just want to do is we just want to do the training. So once the feature scaling is done, we need to train our model. Right, to train our model, the algorithm what we are going to use today is logistic regression. So from scikit-learn.linear model, import logistic regression. So we have guys loaded the model and model is equal to logistic regression of random state is equal to 0. Same as like it is we can able to with the help of random state we can able to decide whether it need to change the output again and again. So that kind of purpose we are going to use the random state here also. So logistic regression and model dot fit of x train comma y train. So if you are going to run this, it is going to gain some intelligence from the data which we have passed as an input. So x train and then y train. Okay, thank you so much, guys. A lot of people have posted that clear 7, Sanjay. And now, if you are clear with eighth part, you just post clear 8 Sanjay in your lecture. So that is what we did. Okay. Now, so anyhow, once the part has been completed, definitely I'll explain it again. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, and then finally we are going for the predicting function. Okay, so in this prediction function, what we are going to do is we are going to get the input from the user. So input from the user in the sense I'm going to get new data from the user. So for that syntax, we are going to use integer of input of enter new customer's age. So we just want to give the age and we just want to give the customer salary. So our model is going to tell whether the customer is going to buy the product or he is not going to buy the product. For example, you just see the output, then you'll understand. I'm just going to run this. Enter new customer age. For an example, let us give it from the test data set itself. For an example, I'm just going to give the data says 29 age and 83,000. Okay, so 29 and 83,000. Okay, so customer won't buy the product. You just see here, our classification results is also 0. Okay, so if you really love this output, you just post I love it Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so that is what it's all about. So what we did, we are giving some new information. For an example, now I'm just going to give the age like 45 and the salary is 1 lakh 1 lakh and then 14,000. So I'm just going to give like this, just going to give the enter. So it's just giving me the results like customer will buy the product. Okay, so if it is super cool output, you just post I love this Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, same as like here we are doing for the complete exist data. So don't worry about it. What we just did is we just doing completely for the test data. So this is the predicted results and this is the actual results which we are doing for the new test data. So for the test data, we can able to see the accuracy. So let us explain this confusion matrix on the upcoming series. Okay, upcoming session. But now let us see the accuracy of the model. So whenever you are drawing the confusion matrix for it, so the accuracy of your model is 80% accuracy. So here if you are asking some questions, oh, Sanjay, how can I improve the accuracy? You can go for different algorithms to see what is the accuracy of different algorithms. So that is all about the project up to now. So here for that we have used confusion matrix as well as accuracy score to evaluate our model. So this is the confusion matrix which we have plotted. So this is the 2 cross 2 matrix because we have only two classes, zeros or one. So true positive, true negative, false positive, and then false negative. Definitely I will try to explore, definitely we'll going to explore on the upcoming session. So now up to now you just see with the help of accuracy score of y test comma y pred to represent in the terms of percentage, we have plotted the accuracy of the model which is in the percentage of 80%. So that is what the model's performance. Okay, so I'll repeat the complete flow again. Okay, so the people who didn't understand up to now, so you just try to come with me now. So first of all, we have loaded the library. So pandas library, numpy library. Pandas library for handling the dataset, numpy library is for handling an array operation. And then we are going to upload the dataset into the online notebook. So for that, we are using the inbuilt syntax which is google.collab. So especially for the online notebook, collab notebook, so that you are going to upload the dataset into the online notebook. And the third part, which is about loading a dataset. For that, we are using pandas.read CSV to load the dataset into a single variable called dataset. And then we are going to summarize our dataset. So dataset.shape, which is going to give number of rows and column which is present in our dataset. Dataset.header5, which is going to give the top 5 values of my dataset. And then the segregate dataset into x and y. So what we are just going to do is we are going to segregate our dataset into input and output. X is going to be my input and y is going to be my output. So the first two columns is going to be taken as my input and the last column which is going to be taken as my output. And once it has been done, now we are going to split our dataset into train and the test. For splitting our training and the test, we need to separate or with the help of the ratio. So here we are specifying 25% of the data for testing and remaining 75% of the data for training. So it is going to return you the four return variables: x train, y train for training the data, x test, and then y test for testing the model, testing or validating our model. And then since our data which is present in the Excel, which is having two columns, out of those two columns, the both the column which is all in the different scales, so that's why we are going to do the rescaling. So for that scaling, we are using a standard scaler method to scale our data into a different order. Here there is a fit transform and then transform. So what is mean by fit transform is it is going to apply the mean and then variance of each of the features present in our data, whereas transform which is going to apply the complete mean and then variance of the complete data. Why we are doing separately is because we need to give some new kind of introduction to the test data, because if you are doing the same, there is no purpose of using same kind of data to as an input. So that's why we are doing a fit transform for training and fit transform for the testing. And after that, once the scaling has been done, now it is ready for passing into the model. So by first of all, we are going to load the logistic regression algorithm. To that logistic regression algorithm, we are going to pass x train comma y train data for the training process. So model.fit of x train comma y train, so that it is going to train it. So now the model variable is going to have that intelligence about the data which it learned. And once it has been learned, now we are going for the prediction part. So on the prediction part, we are getting the input from the user. So enter the new customer age and enter the new customer salary. So whenever you are running that, the new customer age and then salary, which is also going to be transformed, standard scalar transform, which is going to be applied for the test data as well. So I'm going to give you one tip today. So what is the tip is whatever the pre-processing which you are doing for the training process, same pre-processing you need to do it for the testing as well. So that's why we are applying the same standard scalar method for the test data as well. So for the test data, it is either going to give zeros or one. So if it is 1, which is nothing but the customer will buy the product. If it is 0, the customer won't buy the product. So that is what the result is just printed as an output. And finally, to see the complete overall model performance, we are going to completely pass the test data, complete test data. Okay, not only one data, because here we are passed only one data for classification. But here we are just going to pass completely a complete test data. Whenever you are passing the complete test data, what it is going to do is it is going to give you some of the results, how many things is right and how many things is wrong. So with the help of that, we are going to plot one matrix which is known as a confusion matrix. And then by using the another evaluation method, which is accuracy score from the scikit-learn library itself, we are going to see the accuracy of the model, which we got as 80.0% accuracy. Okay, if you really enjoyed and if you really love this today's session, which is about especially on application based learning concepts, if you really loved and enjoyed, you just post I enjoyed Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so that is all about the project and then concept. So we have did or we have solved one problem, which is sale prediction by using logistic regression. And what is the another tip is, it does not mean that for this project only a logistic algorithm is going to work. Other than that, there are some of the algorithm may also give some better accuracy, but to give or to deliver the knowledge about the logistic regression, we have worked on this project. Okay, so that is all up to here. And another main notice, we are providing internship. I think you guys have already discussed. So we are providing internship, which is nothing but here there are a lot of people have asked for the data sets and then source code. If you really want that, you can get from the machine learning internship. So which is on the price of 750. So single courses at the price of 750. We usually provide at the price of 999. But since the webinar is going on, you are going to get the single courses at the price of 750. But instead of going for the single course at the price of 750, you can go for our Pongal or Sankranti offer, which is going now. So what you just simply do is you just click the link which I'm going to give it in the live chat. Okay, so I'm just going to give the offer like Pongal offer. Okay, so you just click the link and you just explore the offer. So what is the offer which we are providing is, we are providing 4 courses at the price of 999 and solo courses at the price of 499, because I think you won't go for solo courses because it is one courses with the price of 499. Instead, you can get 4 courses at the price of 999. So you just see the combos which has been available. So artificial intelligence, data analytics, machine learning, brain computer interface, embedded system design, IoT, PCB design, Internet of Things plus BCI. So likewise, there are a lot of combos which is available in the different courses like artificial intelligence, data analytics, machine learning, deep learning, embedded system, Internet of Things, computer vision, FPGA, PCB designing, Arduino, Raspberry Pi, Python, brain computer interface. Likewise, whatever the course which you really want, you can get your favorite combo. Okay, so 4 courses at the price of 999. This offer, which is going to end on coming Sunday. Okay, so we are having Pongal on 3 days, right? So which is going to be around Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So this is going to be available till Sunday. Definitely, I'm telling you, there is not even the not much festival which is going to be happen on the for next few days or few months even. So that's why I'm telling you, this is the right time to get or to grab the wonderful offer which we are providing, 4 courses at the price of 999. Okay, I hope you really love it. If you really love it, you just post I love it Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so and another main thing, so today's mindset, what the today's mindset is, what you just going to do is, you just write down everything what you want that you currently don't have. So it may be like any object like your mobile or super bike or car or house, anything what you really want, you just write that like you already want it, like I want. So likewise, you just want to write it down. That is all about the today's task about the mindset. Okay, you just please do that, guys. Okay, and let us have a Q&A, guys. If you guys have any other questions, please raise your questions in the live chat. So Ria posted, I love this. Okay, wonderful. And Raghavendra sir posted, I love it. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay, so and Neha posted, I love it. And Priya Frankie posted, I love it, Sanjay. And Abhishek posted, wow. And Chinmay and Sahil posted, I love it. Gautam Mama, you are great. Thank you so much, Gautam Mama, for coming back again. Okay, so because you are really great. Okay, so I'm introducing Gautam Mama, guys. Is really following me from I think nearly maybe 6 months to 1 year. He used to attend every session which we are conducting. Thank you so much for coming back to this event, Gautam. Vijay, thank you so much. A lot of people are posting that I love it, love it, love it. Okay, mind map, don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Definitely, we'll provide a mind map. Gautam Amma, it is not needed even because you already mastered the skills. I think machine learning masterclass because previously you have attended that. Okay, no need to attend the session. You can complete the session from the internship portal even. I think you guys have already completed. Okay, so Dibesh, thank you so much. I'm happy with you, sir. Thank you so much. Okay, is there any other doubt, guys? If you guys have any other questions, you just post your questions in the live chat. If all the values are same limit, yes, definitely we don't need to apply the standard scaling. Thank you so much, guys. There are a lot of thank you, and I love it is there. Thank you so much, Divesh. Thank you so much, Swarup, Gun, and thank you so much, every people. Thank you so much, Sakshi. Um, thank you so much, Anish and Saiwal, Swarup. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Devant and Sonia and Kirtu and guys. Data set definitely it is not going to be available, guys. Okay, it is not going to be provided for free, and source code is also not going to be provided for free. Only thing you can get is mind map. Other than that, you are not going to get. Okay, guys, but you just try to understand one thing. Definitely, 4 courses at the price of 999. It is going to be not available at anywhere else, as well as it is also not going to be available from us after Sunday. Okay, if you really need that, if you really commit to learn something, try to prepare your mindset to invest some money on it. Okay, I think you guys used to spend a lot of money on your entertainment. There are a lot of ways where you are spending a lot of money on that. But if you are really not trying to spend at least minimum of 999 rupees for getting 4 courses, which is like each and every courses, which is on like 30 days of courses, which is around nearly like 90 to 100 days of video lectures, 100 days of course, which you can't able to afford for 999. Still, if you are expecting, which is need to be provided for free, definitely I'm telling you guys, you won't learn. Okay, even though it has been provided for free, definitely you won't learn. Okay, definitely I really know that. Okay, so please try to come out from that kind of mindset. Try to prepare your mindset to spend some of the money for upgrading your knowledge or to get something, some knowledge from this kind of series which we are providing. Okay, so don't expect everything for free, so that definitely it is not that much useless, that much useful for you. Okay, so please try to change your mindset, guys. Roshik, thank you. um can I enroll it on Sunday? Yes. Okay, but Sunday is the last day. Okay. I'm unable to import libraries. Sheikh Amzed. Okay, what's the problem you are faced? If you so you just post your error which you are faced so that I can able to guide you. Okay. So pen drive winner I've already announced that is Rachi Lange, Rachi Rachel, I think. So Rachel Angel Paradise. Yes, I got it now. So Rachel Angel Paradise, who is the winner of the pen drive? Yes. Thank you so much, guys. Mohammed Tawfiq, thank you so much. And Maroju, thank you so much. Okay. Thank you so much, Tularam Mama. Thank you. Akash, is there any offer those who enrolled in 750 to 999? Okay, so if you already purchased 750, if you are already purchased a single course at the price of 750 previously, like before 10 days, you can able to upgrade your course to 999. I think you guys have already got an email. Okay, please check your email. Okay. Saswat, definitely you will get an help. Definitely, definitely. Sanjay, please answer. What we need to change in the program if data is not in a CSV format? There are a lot of ways. For an example, if you are want to access the data from MongoDB or something like that, one way is to export the data from their MongoDB, or else there is a Python program which is available to access the databases like MySQL or MongoDB. So you can write a Python program to acquire the data from the databases. So from that you can convert that data into a different format like data frames. So likewise you can transform the data. That is known as data acquisition, data transformation, or data cleaning. So definitely you can do it on the manual work with the help of Excel or business intelligence tools, or you can do that data same kind of like data cleaning and data transformation by using a Python program itself. Okay. So loved today's session. Thank you so much, Hiram Sabha. Thank you so much. You are also attended a lot of event from us. So thank you so much that. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so it's time to end the session now, guys. And if you guys haven't followed me still, you can also follow me through the LinkedIn. My LinkedIn link is also given in the description below. And if you guys have any course related doubts, so regarding this offer which we are providing, this Pongal or Sankranti offer which we are providing, if you're really having any doubts regarding that, you can also feel free to contact to this number 730-584-5758. You can also WhatsApp to this number. And if you guys have any project or product related queries, you just contact, you just visit pantechsolutions.net. Okay, so thank you so much, guys, and don't forget to register, or don't forget to at least look for this 4-in-1 course combo at the price of 999, because it is not going to be available in anywhere else, as well as it is not going to be available from us after Sunday. Okay, so please click, or you please go through what are the combos available clearly, and based on your requirement, please choose it. Okay, it is also going to have the courses in the different categories like data science as well as electronic fields. So please go through that and choose your favorite combo yourself. Okay, you can also get 4 combos or 3 combos or 2 combos even. So how much combos you really need? This is the right time to choose multiple combos, because if you are purchasing 2 combos, you are going to get nearly like 8 courses, right? It'll be around, if it is repeated even, you are going to get moreover maximum of 7 courses. Okay, so this is the right time to get these courses at the very less price. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much once again for your interaction and for your support. So thank you so much once again. And it's me, Sanjay, signing off. Until then, bye. We'll see you on the tomorrow session.